What's up, MSR fam, and welcome to the first official episode of The Smoke. Because you know me as DK, he always wants to smoke. I think I got another guy that wants to smoke. Introducing one of my co-hosts, Everything A1. What's good with you, fam?
What's good, bro, man? Chilling, man. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me, bro.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're one of the guys that don't mind catching a little bit of that smoke as well.
You already know.
Yeah,
I've
yes.
been looking for it, so trying to get that shit first though.
Yeah, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. And introducing my guy, we go back since the punt. If any of y'all was in the chat that day, whenever he brought up the punt that he beat me in the Super Bowl in the league that we was in, I've been knowing this guy for years. Went to LA for EA Play with this guy. This is one of my dudes, man. I've actually met this guy in person. Two-time champ, bringing another champion back to MSR. Now we have 6 of the 30 champs. Well, six of the 30 champs that won Super Bowls in our league. Tom, what's good?
Going on, man? Happy to be here.
Man, two-time back-to-back champ at the end of last cycle. You came in, you made it to the Super Bowl, cycle 1, kind of dipped out and kind of took care of some personal things, and now you're back, and, now we add another champion. It was 5 of us that were champions in the league. Now we have add a 6 to it, and it's just good to have you back for you being you and bringing in the competition as well.
I'm glad to be back. I love it. I missed it a lot, that's for sure.
I think you're on like the scale with me because I had left as well, and it's just like when you leave, you find a whole new, sense of what you want to do with the league, for the league, with Madden. You're able to take that break, and not everybody gets to get that break. And even though you drop in team selection and everything, that break was essential for me. Just quickly talk about your break and how you are now.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helped. I unknowingly at the time, I ended up having some personal things that came up later on, which definitely helped to not be focusing on Madden. But I mean, yeah, pretty much what you said. It gives you time to like refocus and just see everything that the league has to offer that maybe you've started to take for granted or just become accustomed to, and really just be like, man, like this is the shit, man. Like this is good stuff here. So it definitely helped, and I'm really excited to be back. I just missed the competition, like the camaraderie that you have with everyone in here, and it's just a great time being in here. It's almost like a second family with everyone. How like deeply you get to know some people in here.
Yeah, big facts. I mean, I deeply know you, Pauls, because the boys are gonna say Pauls in the chat. But you know me, I love everybody. It's just how I get down. But definitely have a friendship with you, unlike with some of the other guys. Just being able to be around you for as long as I've known you. But anywho, let's go ahead and get to this podcast, man. And we're gonna change it up a little bit. Usually, I like to talk a lot of things MSR, but with this being the last season of the cycle, season 30, we're gonna take a break and then move over to Madden 22 on next gen. I kind of want to talk a little bit of next gen, maybe Madden 22, maybe a little bit of that, this and that. So the first question, and I'm going to go to you first, A1, because I don't know if you've been able to play next gen yet, but have you had an opportunity to play, and do you have a new Xbox?
Nah, man, I heard good reviews. I heard mixed reviews. Let me not say good. I heard mixed reviews. Dudes just trying to get used to it. I'm definitely gonna get it real soon. Probably, for real, I'm looking at like July. It's no rush right now for me, you know what I mean? Because August, Madden 22 come out, so obviously you want to have it before then. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I heard some good things, some things that might be a little tougher, but I heard the graphics are crazy, bro.
What about you, Tom? Oh, you have played the game. I think you own an Xbox. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so just go ahead and just give me your quick thoughts about what you think about next gen so far.
For me personally, I like it a lot. Like I think it's a pretty big improvement over the current gen version. Now, don't get me wrong, there's definitely some things I need to work on. I know one of the biggest complaints everyone has is player movement in the new one, that it's like everyone's running in quicksand. And I can see where people are coming from with that, but I like it. To me, if I feel like the guys have more weight to them. Like when I stopped playing MSR, it was around like the end of October, and that was the last time that I played current gen, and I played next gen pretty much up until a month ago. And when I go back now to current gen, like it feels like everybody's on ice skates in comparison to next gen. You can't do the same things, the same unrealistic things that you can do in current gen on next gen, and I like that. I think the gameplay is smoother, the graphics are better a little bit, not a ton, but they're better. Overall, I think it's a good step in the right direction towards a more realistic version of Madden.
And that's kind of where I get as well. I think it's a step closer. I think they got to buff it up. Of course, it's a little clunky, but I think they just kind of threw something out there just to get us started. I'm a huge fan of like real player like motion, and on this on the current gen, it's kind of like you're on ice skates. You can kind of weave in and out. It's like everyone has human joystick, and then on the next gen, definitely not. You definitely have to commit defensively whenever you're guarding routes, which is I like and respect. It makes it a lot easier on offensively. If you're good on offense, you're going to thrive. But I mean, isn't the NFL an offensive-driven league? And here and there, like the Super Bowl, yeah, the defense played well and stopped Mahomes. But for the most part, the offense has trended up over the years. And I mean, you do get stops and defensively on the next Madden, and it makes it so much better when you are able to get a stop. So I am looking forward to next gen. I am kind of over the whole, I don't know, like the whole ice skating thing and, the route running. It's not just straight lines, not in and outs. It's actually, players rub up against each other, players round off routes. I mean, I just like where it's trending, and hopefully that it'll trend up. So just real quickly to both of you, we'll start with A1. Do you think there should be two separate Madden games, one for current gen and one for next gen? And what I mean by that is like, should all the new features that everybody want, should they focus on putting that in the next gen, or should they give it to both current and next gen?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. To be honest, like I think it just like how they have it now, it should blend because to be honest, you want it to be the same in a way, somewhat, but obviously with next gen, you want it to be next level. That's what next gen, you know what I mean? You want it to be next level. So it's that's a good question, man. I want to say that because just maybe people might not be able to get the new next gen Xbox, but everything needs to be upgraded in Madden. Just like you said, I do like that. I haven't played it, but from what you guys said, like it being more realistic, that's dope, man. I like that more because it takes a little bit more skill. You know what I mean? It's about knowing the routes and knowing the coverages, you know what I mean? Instead of just flying around, out there. So, I'm looking forward to that, but I do think that the next gen should get all the perks because it's the new system. You know what I mean?
I totally agree. What about you, Tom?
If we're talking strictly feature-wise, I think it should be like they both should have the same thing. I don't think they should skimp on current gen for features. Gameplay-wise, though, I think it should absolutely be two different games, kind of like how it is now, because the Madden 21 next gen is not the same game as Madden 21 current gen. They have the same features as far as franchise and all that goes, and that should remain the same. But like, I don't want to see just Madden 22 with a Series X version because it's the same game then. All it's going to be is just like enhanced graphics and 60 FPS, which to me, that's a step backwards unless you can make current gen play like the way next gen's currently playing. So gameplay, yes, two different games, but feature-wise, they should have the same thing.
For me, I think all the focus should be put towards next gen. I mean, I paid, $400 for this machine, so I want the perks of paying all the extra money. I paid the extra money for the perks. I want all the perks. I mean, the current gen shouldn't have the same stuff as the next gen, in my opinion, because of the price point, and the game is more expensive as well on next gen. So I should get my every bang for my buck. No disrespect to the current gen, but it is what it is, But that's just me. We work too hard for our money, especially coming out of this whole quote unquote pandemic. We should get our money's worth.
That's a fact.
All right, moving on to the next question. I'm gonna come to you, Tom. If it was up to you, what thing in franchise mode would you take out?
This one was hard for me to think about because I just think they should add more and more and more to franchise. So something that they could take out. I mean, I really couldn't come up with anything. There's a couple things that I think should be removed if they don't expand upon it. Like the scheme fits right now are pretty much irrelevant to anything. Like it's just a way to get extra XP, but it doesn't actually mean anything. So to me, either expand on it or just take it out because it's kind of pointless. Same thing with like the coaches and stuff, like the trainers and all that. Like you can't really like progress them or regress them or anything like that. And there's only like a select few of those like top tier ones that just the whole thing kind of seems pointless to be in there. So either take it out or improve it. But as far as I don't know, they just need to add a lot more in my opinion.
Okay. This was a trick question. I'm kind of on the same page as you, Tom, but it was kind of a trick question. I was going to see if one of y'all could pull something out of your ass. That's all I was looking at. Pause. I gotta say pause every time with these dudes. I hate y'all. But anyways, A1, what do you think as far as what would you take out if you could take out one thing?
Man, Tom hit it on the nose for me, bro. They need to keep adding shit. You know what I mean? This franchise stuff is the worst it's been in a long time, for real, for real. You got, like you said, like the coach's scheme. Like, what does that really mean? Does that really help, the players in that scheme? You know what I'm saying? Does it really help? You know what I'm saying? When you doing cover 3 and you running a cover 3 scheme, does that help them? Does that enhance them? I haven't seen it. So, a lot of the, the XP, the training. How do you really judge the training? It's a lot of things they got to just enhance on, and then just make this thing real, man, so dudes can be more invested. MSR and other leagues that just are on the top tier, they're already invested. Imagine if the game was just more invested into it. This shit would be next level. Everybody would be tuned in, and you can make a lot of money. Madden's already going to make its money, but just to really answer you, I know, long story short, hey, man, they need to add as much features, as much things they can do to franchise, for real.
For me, just if we could take one thing out, just take out the stupid the training thing. Oh my gosh, I hate the training. It's so dumb. So you do the training one time, right? And you can basically just repeat the same thing, for the rest of the cycle. Like I can do cover 2 man, and that's it. I'm good. I'm gold for the rest. It just does nothing, and like it doesn't help in game. It doesn't. If like cover 2 man it gave you like +1 boost on man coverage. You know what I'm saying? That would be helpful, but it does nothing. It's just in the game just to be in the game, because for me it's just laziness. It's just something to throw in the game just to keep things going. So for me, it would be that. But I totally agree with Tom as well. I mean, they need to be doing more of putting stuff in than taking anything out. But if you're going to put something in, make it, worth our while. What's the one thing you would want to put in, A1?
Shoot, man. Man, just like real live, like I guess like when you want to like improve a player, like I talked about the training thing, like really like dive into that, like, like they usually try to just say, oh, a frustrated receiver or whatever it may be, but like there's no, I don't know, man, there's no like direct course to like help that player like just continue to improve unless he balls out in the game. You know what I'm saying? Where sometimes people are improving, but they might not have 2 picks a game. You know what I mean? They might just be improving, and it's just by coverage, being in the right place, right time. So stuff like that, and the coaching. Like if your coaching is trash, if you're not working on your coaching, like things should go awry. Like maybe you might miss a defensive play. You might be switching a play, you do an audible, and they don't read the audible. I remember they had that back in the day. Like, oh, we can't even understand the audible because the stadium was shaking too loud. But if you're coaching, if you're not putting in some extra points to your coaching or something like that, switch it up. Like just make the shit more interesting and make people think, instead of just like you just said it, just, oh, I get gold one time and I just run that back, attack cover 4. You run that the whole cycle. That shit is garbage. So, like little stuff like that. But those are the 2 things off the top of my head right now. But yeah.
Tom, what about you?
So I have 2 for this that I couldn't decide between. One's just like a quality of life.
It's all good. It's all good. You do you. This is us. We do what we want.
So my quality of life thing they need to add is that you need to be able to reset games. If for whatever reason something happens in a game that needs to be reset, like you need to give the commissioner the ability to reset games. And even with that, I mean, set a specific score. If you're trying to set like a force win or, recreate a game, like if a game disconnected in the second quarter, you should be able to set the game to pick up in the beginning of the second quarter with certain scores, stuff like that. It seems pretty simple to implement, and they really need to add it because it, like 32-man franchises and stuff, when EA is having issues with their server, they're plagued with that stuff, and it's just, it is no fun mocking back a game or just if you got a lead in the game or restarting like anything like that. It's such a pain in the ass.
Or just your stats, man. That is so terrible, man.
Yeah. And then the other one is like a coaching carousel, offensive, defensive coordinator, stuff like that. Make the coaching more intuitive. Like, I think it'd be cool if you're, someone like J-Rod, right? Like, dude's always got like a really good offense, good team and everything. So like, it can kind of, in NFL, teams that win like the Super Bowl, you're always poaching coaches off them. So it could be the same thing. J-Rod's building up an offensive coordinator. Maybe get some nice little perks or something in the game, whatever it is that they add to or something like that. And, someone goes and signs his offensive coordinator because he's building them up. And it's just, a constant rotating door, like just like how the NFL is. And you always got to build up these guys from within. And I don't know. I think that would be really cool. I know people have been asking for that, but I think it's about time they add something with coaching in there.
I like both of those. Definitely like the coaching. Definitely like not being able to see the audibles, even though if you play the game enough, you can kind of memorize what everybody does. But, I mean, I would just like the aspect of it. The one thing for me, bro, and, like, I'm so big. My favorite thing about football, about Madden, is the draft. Okay?
Yeah. Facts.
I mean, can I just please find the player that maybe somebody didn't scout or didn't see or scouted up a player so much that maybe somebody scouted once, but I scouted like 3 times, you know what I'm saying, to find a gem. Can I find a 3rd, 4th round guy that nobody saw or that somebody might have wanted, or maybe I didn't have a pick in the first 2 rounds, and because I didn't have a pick in the first 2 rounds, then that means I'm not going to get a good player because everybody's going to snipe all the good players because we all know all the same things, you know what I'm saying? Can we have a real scouting system? That is all I want. Especially with the way we're talking about having to maybe possibly bring trades down to less trades and not a cap on overall your player can be before you can trade them, and like contracts. Like, we really need to dig deep because, don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of traping somebody, especially last Madden, how I got Jalen Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all trape. We all find ways to trape. You know what I'm saying? We're all going to try to find the edge to get there. But without having a great draft, trades are everything. So if you could actually put in some depth to scouting, to where like it's a second part of the game. Right now, all we do is play our games basically, and then we wait till the week advances. Give us a reason on those days we're waiting to advance to dig deep in the scouting, to look for gems, look for the Bradys, look for the Gronks. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody after the first round. We just want, we just want more immersion, and that would be what I would want. I just want a better scouting system. Because when the draft gurus know who everybody is, then they talk about it on their podcast. Everybody knows who to pick. It's just a matter of when you get the pick to pick. You know what I'm saying? But once you get off the top 60 picks, it's not really much there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tom.
One thing I wish they did with scouting is I wish you had more like preliminary information on players, but it was harder to go deeper into players. Like have like a certain amount of points, but in order to dig like deeper into those players, you have to use the majority of your points. So let's say if you want to be a guy that scouted like 100 players, but you only found a minimal amount of stuff, so you're still going to be reaching. But if you spend all that time on 10 players that you really, really want, you'll know like basically all their attributes because you put in the time. Like, at least give me something like that. Right. But then like I feel like you should have a broader knowledge of everyone too, because like you can't see anything on someone that you didn't scout, but like in real life I feel like you at least have some kind of info. You can at least see if they won any like thing in college, if they
game tape, awards,
like,
stats.
Yeah, like just some general information even if you don't scout. But then like when you're like, okay, like I really want to learn about this guy, like you got to put some points into this man to like really learn some in-depth info on him.
Like NCAA 14, March Madness, I think 10. That's one with Blake Griffin on the front. Going back to like the the 2K college hoops, like it was in depth scouting on that stuff. Like bring that, dude. That's all we want. Right now you get a combine and 3 ratings. Like that's the laziest shit I've ever seen in my entire life, bro. It's so lazy.
Yeah.
All right. All right, moving on to the last part for this segment of Madden 22. So we haven't gotten much info on Madden 22. We still waiting. The little bit of info we do know is that it looks like we're gonna get a coaching carousel. Hopefully it is just not a carousel, and like what Tom said, you can expand on bringing in a new coach from like a winning team and having traits and stuff like that. But what are your expectations, your true expectations for Madden 22? Gameplay, CFM, whatever you want to throw in. A1.
Bro, man. All I'm gonna say is, man, my true expectation is just me being real. I just think it's gonna be more of the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just hate to be like that. I don't want to be pessimistic, but we praying for more. But it seemed like they not hearing us, bro. They not hearing the Madden family, because franchise, I think it's for everybody, man. It's not just for online play. It's for everybody. The gameplay of Madden is fine, enough to just kind of be like, okay, yeah, that's a glitch here and there, blah blah blah. Okay, it's a game. But like when you dive in the franchise, you buy a game to like dive into the game, not just continue to play one-on-one all day. You dive in the franchise, and I don't know what the hell they gonna do, because it seemed like it's just less and less, man. Or it's gonna be the same. It's been the same for a couple years. Just a couple things here and there where where they brought in X Factor. They did, like they not really. They doing a lot of kiddie stuff. You know what I mean? For me, and I'm up. I'm getting up there. I'm not a kid anymore. So at the end of the day, I want to play the game and play it like it's real, man, like real football. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can have the kids stuff, the mutt and all that stuff for the kids, but when it comes to franchise and gameplay, they got to step it up. But realistically, I don't see them doing that shit, and I really want to. So I hope I am in for a surprise in Madden 22. But I'm gonna just keep it real. I just don't see it, man.
What about you, Tom?
I like to be optimistic, and I always am with Madden, and they always let me down with everything. I do think we're going to get some franchise stuff this year. I think they'll make marginal improvements here and there with things. I think a lot as far as the game is going to hinge on what they do with current versus next gen. I think if they like combine them and it's just like one game, I think our expectations will be shot a little bit then. But if they're two separate things, then I do have high hopes. I don't think they're going to go as deep as we want them to go. I don't think we'll ever go as deep as we want them to go into franchise, because there's just other things that they want to focus on. But I'm still optimistic. I'm worried because we've literally not heard like anything. I haven't even heard about that coaching carousel that you just in that they were adding. I haven't heard anything about that. But yeah, it's just we're so close to it. I mean, we're in June already, and it usually comes out in 2.5 months from now.
Yeah.
So, and we haven't heard anything about it. So I don't know. That has me worried. I don't know what to expect, to be honest.
All right, I'm with you. I'm optimistic, but the vision I have for Madden is not going to be the EA is not going to reach the vision that I have. I got to realize that. Now, I'm going to have to take in what EA gives us. So this is kind of what I think. As far as the coaching carousel thing, Tom, one of the developers, I can't think of his name right now, he was talking about how he's going to help, franchise mode get better and stuff. And in the background, it was on his TV, it was like a coaching carousel thing. We don't know much about it, but we saw it. And I don't know no other reason why we'll be up there than to be on Madden. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think CFM, as far as the draft, the scouting, the training, that kind of stuff, I think it's gonna all be new. I think it's gonna all be re-implemented. It's not gonna be the same as now because if they give us that same shit again, they'll never hear the end of it. They thought fixed Madden franchise was bad then. If they give us the same shit again on CFM, then they're gonna catch a lot of flack from it. So they're going to change it all. I just think it's gonna be not as good as we want it. I think it's going to be minimal. I don't think we're going to get advanced scouting. I don't think we're going to get advanced training. I don't think we're going to get, whatever, the stuff that we really, really want, I don't think we're going to get. I think they're going to give us a piece, but they're not going to give us the full pie. They'll give us a slice of pie, but they're going to give us the full pie that we want. For me...
DK, real quick.
What's up?
Cut you off,
no, you can cut me off. Good.
Let's be real, dog. Let's be real. Not no pessimistic shit. Didn't they say Lamar Jackson would be picking the music?
You right. But
did that happen?
But you should have known better. It wasn't gonna let no brother of Lamar stature pick the music though.
Listen. How you? Okay, so why have him on the cover then? If he it's just like little stuff like that. My point of saying that is just saying like, bro, you told us that you're gonna have some dope music on this thing. This joint is this joint is probably the worst music I ever heard.
I agree, and I turned my music off for the menu screen after like the first couple of days. I turned it off.
Facts, 100%. But I'm just saying, if you can't change that, bro, what you gonna change the look of it? This is what EA does. They change the look of it, make you think it's new. And it's like, what the fuck? It's the same shit. It's been the same shit for the past 3-4 years, bro.
EA's going to change some franchise shit. They really are, because they have no choice, because they have the pressure on them. But EA's focus is about money. It's about selling the game. So they're going to keep shit like what's the knockout thing they have? The what's the 3-on-3? The 3-on-3 thing they have. Mutt, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that's going to get a lot of some love, because that's where the money is. Franchises now, if they just charged us a fee at the beginning of the year, or possibly a monthly fee to have all the shit we want, I guarantee we will all pay for it.
I'd pay for it in a heartbeat.
If they was like $100 for the franchise version of Madden, $99.99 when the game comes out, I guarantee it will sell.
Guaranteed.
If they want money, that's what they need to do. They need to be upfront and open. It's like, hey, we don't make the money like we do in Mutt. So in order for us to give you guys what you want, we're going to charge you a $9.99 a month fee to play franchise, or charge your league a $200 fee for your league to be in Madden. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I guarantee whatever they chose, we will figure it out. They just, I don't know. We just need a different move. But we're going to all be disappointed at the end of the day. And that's what makes MSR so great, are your Madden leagues that you guys do have. It's like, we make our league what it is, not EA.
Facts, yeah.
All right, moving off Madden 22 talk and moving over to probably everybody's most anticipated thing every year, team selection. As of today, I think I'm 19. A1, you're 18, correct?
I think I'm like 20 or 21.
You're right. You're 20 then, because Hippo Rhino, he left. So I think you're right behind me. And Tom, you'll put out some content. You'll be on some podcasts. So I'm pretty sure you'd be like in like the middle to later 20s. You definitely won't be 32, because Keegan don't say shit.
There's been a couple guys that have gotten added after me. So if we're just going based off of that, I think I'm like 29 right now.
So we just go for 29. So I'm 19, you 20. And, I'm 19, A1's 20, and you're 29, Tom. So first question about team selection. If you had the first pick in team selection, who would you pick and why?
Who you starting with?
Oh, since you talking first, go ahead and give me yours. It got to be the Jags, right?
I was going to say, bro, you know me. See, I'm a Jags fan. I'm a real Jags fan. So, like, I will probably do that. And I think I'm going to do that in if I could get them, I'll just try. I don't care, because I just love the Jags. But,
okay. So flip it around. Minus the Jags. Who would you take?
Yeah, I was going to say, if I didn't have to, I'm going to probably go, bro, I mean, the best team on paper is the Browns. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just chasing the Browns, but like, bro, they loaded, bro. So they got everything you need in every position. And shit, if I had the number one pick, they probably would be, because you gotta go get that best team, that best fit.
I mean, you kind of do. Like, I remember being up in the front and being able to pick every team that I want. And now that I'm picking in the back, I gotta wait for other people to pick. It's just a different monster.
Yeah, bro.
What about, all right, so Tom, you're a Giants fan, so we're gonna exclude the Giants. Other than the Giants, who would you pick first?
So if we're excluding the Giants, I think I would have to double down and go with the 49ers probably first. I love their defense. They just have so many weapons on defense, and then adding Trey Lance at quarterback, he's gonna be dirty.
That's all you need.
And that's all you need. And that was, to me, that was the biggest downside, but also a big plus for taking the Niners to start this year, was that Garoppolo was completely serviceable, but I could draft whoever I wanted at any point, because it was I could ride him for a year or two if needed. But now you got Lance, and he's going to be awesome. And they have a good offense. They have a good defense. They're going to be a lot of fun. I would take them number one.
Well, since I took y'all favorite teams away, I would take Dallas away from me. And if I had the first pick, I would choose the Dolphins. And if you guys don't already know, what do I like more than anything, guys?
Shit,
Draft picks. Draft picks. And the Dolphins have an abundance of draft picks, not to mention a solid team.
With that one, bro.
Bro, they have an abundance of draft picks. So the first thing I would do was trade Tua to the Oos, bro, and just get a haul of whatever picks he got, and just have the ultimate draft. That's all I would do, bro. I would definitely pick the Dolphins. Moving on to the next question, Tom. So realistically, where you're picking at, what team would you pick? You won't know, but just realistically picking you probably be picking in the back half. I mean, the 20s of the team selection. So just thinking off the top of your head of a team or two that you think that could possibly be there that you will be happy with.
Yeah, I think the Saints have a chance to fall. I know they did last year. I think TJ got them at 23 or 24 or something like that. I'd be cool with taking someone like the Saints. Who else is there? I mean, if the Panthers were to fall, I would like them.
I don't think they're going to fall.
Probably not, yeah. I'm trying to think who else went around there last year.
Shit, did the Jags go late? Or?
No, Heartless took them at 10.
Yeah, they'll go early now with Lawrence, too. I mean, I don't like the Washington football team, but, I wouldn't hate my life if I had them. There's a couple teams around there. Really, I'd be, if I got the Saints, I'd be super hyped with them. I do like the Saints, and I know their cap isn't in the best situation, which is one of the main reasons they always fall. I'd be cool with them. I would be totally cool.
Real quick, Tom. Don't ever let the cap be a reason why you don't take a team. That was me with the Chiefs last year, and I picked the Broncos. I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of a mistake, bro. I should have just went with the Chiefs.
Broncos are fun, though. Broncos are fun. I would like to get the Broncos.
They
have a nice offense.
They were fun. I realized I can't get a team without a quarterback for the cycle. I gotta have one dude for the cycle. I can't be hunting around for damn quarterbacks, bro. But what about you? Everything A1. Realistically, who will be a team that could fall to you that you think you will like?
Man, at 20, I mean, shoot, I might mess around. I mean, I don't know if the Giants might fall. I was gonna say I was gonna mess around and get Tom team. You
don't do that to me, man.
You know what I'm saying? They got Saquon. I'm a running back type of guy, so whoever got the best running back at that, that's where I'm gonna be looking at, or the running back and defense. You know what I mean? And then everything else I'll work around. But I was gonna say I'm trying to think the Giants probably ain't gonna fall. They probably go top 15. They got a crazy stacked off season this year. So, I mean, the Jets ain't gonna fall. The Jags ain't gonna fall. Shit. I'm trying to think who else out there. Not the Chargers. Chargers maybe. Do they fall?
They fell. They fell to the later teens last cycle.
That's what I'm saying. I'm at 19 or something.
I think teams are gonna fall. What's gonna change the whole draft? What do the champions division? What is that gonna be? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Like
Yeah.
if they even do that, that's going to determine everything
Aren't
else
they
for the
doing
most
that?
part.
Aren't they doing that?
They're saying they are, but we'll see, bro. We'll see. That's going to make the difference. If they go to Champions League, that's going to leave good teams open because you're going to go 4 teams in one division.
Right. Right.
I think this year too. There's a lot of teams that went later last year that are going to be going earlier. Like some that you just named, like Jets will go earlier because they have a new quarterback. Giants will go earlier. Jags will go earlier. They were all like later teams last year too. I mean, hell, even like the Falcons might go earlier because they got Pitts now.
Maybe
Bears
maybe the Packers go earlier
Eagles.
this time too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
the
there's
Chiefs.
a lot of teams that went late that could go earlier. So there could be some like surprise teams that you see fall. There's so many teams that at least have something now that it's hard to like find someone that you really don't want.
You know what team you don't want. I'm gonna tell you.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
DK, I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Let me go. All right, so I'm with y'all, both of y'all. The Giants, if the Giants fall to me at 19, or if I move up. Speaking of which, moving up, Timbo, crew, go ahead and move y'all boys up about 3 or 4 spots apiece. We're gonna try to put a pod out every week so we can move up in team selection. Whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all just tell us and we'll talk about it, bro. But we trying to move up. Anyways, that's our quick plug to move up team selection. But
very true, very true.
The Giants, they fall to me. I mean, defensively, I feel like I can compete it with anybody, no matter who's on my defense. But I struggle on offense. With all those weapons, I have no reason to suck on offense. I like to run the ball just like you. So Saquon is like the truth when it comes to running the ball. But I think they're going to go before me. So a couple of teams I've been leaning on. I think the Bills got a good chance to drop because they're just not sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they
Bills be nice.
I think the Bills are nice, but when you think about Madden, you think about you want speed. You know what I'm saying? Like especially at the elite positions, like Stephon Diggs is good, but don't have speed. You know what I'm saying? Like the running backs don't have speed. Like Trez White is good, but Trey White is good, but he ain't got speed. So I think they got a chance to fall. So them. I'm with you, like with the Saints. I kind of compare the Saints to the Packers, you know what I'm saying? Especially with Aaron Rodgers' situation. Who knows? They might fall. But I think my GOAT team for me, I want the Bears, bro. I quarterback for the cycle, bro. That's all I'm looking for. I can bring anything else on, but if I can get a quarterback that I ain't got to worry about for the whole cycle, and I can kind of here and there draft a quarterback in the first and second round, and maybe he's really good, and trade him because I already got my quarterback. Because quarterbacks are like a dime a dozen. Everybody's looking for that guy to run their offense. You know what I'm saying? So if I happen to draft like an X factor quarterback and I already got a great quarterback that I love, I can move him and pick up more pieces. So I think something I'm going to do moving forward just is draft a quarterback every draft or two, just to draft one. Because think about how Hoff got his quarterback. Like he didn't even draft him in the first round, and he drafted him in the first cycle. Now look at him. You know what I'm saying? So, you just never know. You just never know. Moving on to the last little piece of this, and I'll go ahead and let you guys dip out because we've kind of been on for a minute. But the one team you don't fucking want.
Yeah, you already know. Man. It's the team that, that got that guy named Jared Goff, and they're in Detroit, and, the Lions, man. They just no way, no how. I want no parts of that in Detroit. Just like all the players that go there, they want no parts of Detroit. I don't want no parts of them in Madden. I'm good. I don't even know a player over there, except like I just said, Jared Goff. So, other than that, man, yeah, that's the only team I can say that I just no way, no how, bro.
Tom.
I will not play in the league if I was forced to take the Eagles. I could not do it. I couldn't do it. Zero chance.
Dang, is that real?
Oh, dude, I hate the Eagles. I mean, living so close to Philly and just surrounded by Eagles fans everywhere, hearing them all the time, I literally despise the Eagles.
Dang, bro.
This was tough for me, man, because honestly, I really don't care. Cause like I hate the Patriots, but I wouldn't mind using it. I hate the Patriots more. I hate any NFL team ever. My ex-wife is a Patriots fan, and they just cheaters, and I can go on and on for days about them. The NFC East teams, I mean, whatever. Like I hate the Giants, I hate Philly, but I could play with them. You know what I'm saying? I really think just the worst team, just in general, is probably the Lions, man. I mean, I'm just thinking about every team. No, I do not want to fucking play with the Texans. No way. Deshaun Watson could be a 1,000 overall X factor. The whole night. He could have every fucking ability at quarterback known to man. I still wouldn't play with the fucking Texans. They're trash, bro. They don't have a first round pick or second round pick for like the next 2 years, bro. They have no talent. I'll choose the Lions over the Texans, bro.
That's true. That's very true, bro. I forgot about Texans. You know, they only thing you got is Deshaun, and really you could probably trade him and try to get some pieces. But the Lions, when you look, they have nobody to trade for, bro. Who you trading for over there? I'm being real. Like, at least Deshaun Watson, you can say, all right, F it. Draft some guys, you know, maybe work. But you're right. They both are garbage, bro. Both.
You could probably get some for, is it Udoka?
Oh, you talking about
Ohio State cornerback.
The cornerback, Okuda?
Okuda, Jeff Okuda. Yeah, Jeff Okuda. Yeah, you probably can get some for him. It just sucks that he's slow. And you probably can get some for Hawkinson. But after that, unless, I'm pretty sure Penei Sewell is going to be a superstar lineman, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get some for him. But other than those 3 guys, I don't see what you can get for anything on that team, bro.
Got a full-on rebuild.
Literally, yeah.
You know what? How about this? How about Champions League? Instead of y'all getting a Champions League, how about y'all get the shittiest 4 teams in MSR, and let's see what you guys can do. There's a challenge for y'all.
That idea. I like that idea.
I love that. Yeah.
That's a real challenge. Yeah, y'all want to be in the same league, the same division. Yeah, y'all want to be competitive with each other and all that. But to really turn up, one of y'all get the Texans. One of y'all get the Lions. Give me another team that's just trash.
Garbage. Yeah, man.
It's tough after those 2 teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
maybe have the league vote who's the worst 4 teams to choose a team selection, and y'all go with those 4 teams.
Yeah, I agree. Those you could name the first 2, but after that you could work with they got pieces you could work with in other places. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can't even name one right now off the top of my head. Like, yeah.
I'm looking at all the teams. I mean, everything's got something. I don't personally like the Steelers. I think the Steelers are pretty crappy.
I think they are too, but I think they got some pieces that you can trade and get some shit for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like Seattle, like they don't really have much, but then like because Russell's old, but you still got Metcalf.
But he'll last like a good 4 good seasons. Bobby Wagner last. What I learned about the ability players this cycle is that they lasted, bro. Like, if you think about it, some of these dudes still got high-ass ratings. Like, they last.
Nah, you right. Nah, like, they lasted, like, good 6 seasons. Like, legit. Even if you was, like, older, they lasted.
Like, Khalil Mack's still out there busting people's behinds, bro. And he got to be, like, 35, 36.
That's a fact.
I don't know, but before we leave, let me ask you guys a quick question real quick. Give me your 2 most important pieces on your team for CFM. Give me the 2 most important positions on the team that solidify your team for you. Just real quick. Tom.
You're not talking about my team right now specifically.
Just right? Like going into Madden 22, what's the 2 positions that are the most important to you when you're looking at teams for team selection?
I'm probably... It's definitely not quarterback for me. Although, if I'm taking a team that has a quarterback, it's got to be like a young stud quarterback that I want. Otherwise, I don't care about that. Actually, I do enjoy drafting quarterback. So it's probably going to be a nice number 1 receiver, or at least a receiver that I can build up to be a top guy, because I feel like I have no ability to draft good receivers whatsoever. They're always bust.
This is a fact. Except for that one that played for the Giants back in the day. Oh, the greatest Madden player ever created.
Shane and Gresham. And the other one would probably be Either like a real talented middle backer or a cornerback. One of those two.
What about you, A1?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just running back off the rip. Like everybody that know me that play, like I'm just running back centric. So and it would have to. Now I'm learning like it'll be running. So offense will be running back, and then on defense, man, what I'm learning is in the trenches. Obviously, they making Madden like it's in the trenches a lot. So I was gonna say probably I might piggyback on what Tom said. I love corners, but it seemed like you could draft one and mold them. But if you don't have a backer, like a nice linebacker, middle linebacker, or like a nice DN DT, I know I said like three positions, but shit, I would just I'll probably say linebacker, middle linebacker, because you need somebody to move in that middle, make tackles in the open field. But that D line is very important, bro. Very important.
The D line is definitely starting to matter a lot more. I choose my positions based on what's the hardest things to trade for in MSR. Thing one, quarterback. Hardest thing to trade for unless you're giving up a shit ton. Thing two, who trades D-backs in this league? Who trades cornerbacks?
That's true.
Like nobody. And that's what makes, for me, the Browns are like the supreme team. They have
Loaded.
so much talent at defensive back, bro. like you're set for the cycle, and like you just dev them guys up, like that. And it's so hard because you think in the trade chats, it's always like anybody moving a cornerback, anybody moving a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so hard. Or like in the drafts, like they're some of the first people to come off the draft board. You know what I'm saying? Like you just need a fast running back. You just need a fast receiver. You just need a fast, linebacker. I mean, if anything else other than that, it'd be a defensive end or a defensive tackle. But for the most part, you can kind of like, make moves for those guys. But those two positions to me are like the hardest positions. So a quarterback and cornerback are like the most important positions for me. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and end this podcast. This ended up going a little bit longer than I expected. I apologize to you fellas. Before we leave, is there anything you'd like to say?
Shit, Tom, you want to go first or?
Oh man, not much. I'm just excited to get this last season going and finish up here. Gonna have to try to miss as few games as possible as on the way because I'm already in a little bit of a hole.
Going on vacation too.
Exciting finish. Yeah, man. Yeah, it'll be an exciting finish on the stretch, and I'm excited to see who wins this last Super Bowl.
A1.
Yeah, man. Again, like I've been saying this since I got in. I'm just glad to be in this league. It's one of the best leagues I've been a part of, especially where everybody just got good energy. You know what I'm saying? They want great things for Madden, and this being the last season, man. I know I came on your podcast last season, DK, and I was feeling good. I think I was 4-1. And this year, I just got to finish the job, bro. Like, I just got to get there and finish the job. So I don't care if this last season or not, I'm going for it. That's all I'm going to say.
Man, I appreciate you guys coming on. Once again, thank you to everybody at MSR. Big shout out to the commish, all the other Madden leagues around. Everybody that does things as far as staff and everything like that. We appreciate it. I appreciate everybody but the trade committee. I'm still salty with the trade committee and how y'all declined my trade, but let all these other whack-ass trades go through. So I'm going to be salty for the rest of the year. So fuck all y'all. And with that being said, that is first episode of The Smoke. We're going to come back to y'all with another episode here soon, man. We got a lot of good things to come, man. Hey, but y'all can catch us anytime with that smoke. Until then, we'll holler at you boys. Peace.
Yeah.